Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Funko Pop Central. Before we start today's video, me and Max wanted to let you guys know about this cool app that you can basically, if you use my code, you can get a free Funko Pop. So all you have to do is download the app Macari, and then when you're signing up and everything like that, use my code that I'll put right here. And if you use that code that's up there, then you will get $10 of like free credit. Which basically $10 is a free pop. So you can go on there, search Funko Pops. There's a ton of listings, so make sure you use my code, and we both get a little something out of it, so that's awesome, so make sure you do that. Alright guys, so let's get into today's video, which is pops that Funko should absolutely make in the near future. A couple of these I actually thought they were going to come out with at like the Toy Fair, New York Toy Fair. And I was really upset that they didn't. It seems like these would sell so well, and I'm so confused on why they haven't done them yet. But anyways, I'm going to be going through about 4, I guess. I didn't want to make this like a top 5 video. I'm just going to be talking to you guys, and it's not going to be in any particular order. These are just a couple of series that I think they should either add on to or just completely start making. I think it'd be really cool, so let's get into it. So guys, the first one, I'm sure all of you have heard me say this. I know Jetta Patrol is on board with this one, and a lot of other YouTubers too. The Office Pops. It just seems like a no-brainer at this point, especially my generation has binged-watched this show on Netflix. Everybody has seen it. I don't want to say everybody, but I would say 95% of my class of 1,000 kids has seen The Office. And if they saw a little bobblehead, or not bobblehead, but a little figure of Dwight sitting in Barnes & Noble, they would buy it. So I think it's just a no-brainer. They have to make Dwight, Jim, Pam, and Michael right off the bat. And then they could add on doing stuff like Stanley, Meredith, Kevin, Oscar. They could do so many things with this line. And this would be one of those lines that I wouldn't even care that they just make 100 Pops for, because I'd buy every single one of them. I think this would be a huge line for Funko, and I think that they should really, I'm sure they've considered it, but I think they should really just go for it and make the Office Pops. Next one, guys, is one that's a little different that I haven't really heard too many people talk about. But I don't know if these would sell very well, but I think that they're pretty cool, and I would definitely buy them. And it's Pokemon Pops. I haven't played Pokemon in a long time, but when I did play, I was super into it. And I definitely would buy, just even if they just made one pop and it was like Ash with little Pikachu sitting on his shoulder. I think that'd be awesome. And then if it sold well, then maybe they could add on to the line a little bit. Just make like a standalone Pikachu, make like a Jigglypuff, just make like Squirtle, like the starter Pokemon, Charmander. I think that'd be so cool. And then like have a Charizard too as like an exclusive or something. I don't know. I think Pokemon would be really cool. I think that the possibilities with Pokemon are endless because there are so many Pokemon and it's such a widespread game, and like fans just love it. So I think people would go, like a certain group of people would go crazy for these pops. I think that they would do really well, and I think that it'd make a lot of collectors happy. So the second one that I really want Funko to make is Pokemon Pops. Alright guys, so the next one on my list is one that is not really opening a new line, because they have already made a couple of pops for this. I would say about 10. But really they only made like 6 characters, which is great, and I'm super happy that they did. Now they're all vaulted and super expensive, so I don't really want them to remake those, because then, I don't know, I guess they could remake those. But anyways, it is SpongeBob Pops, guys. I think that they could go so much deeper with this line. I think that they could expand it to so many other pops. I think that they, first of all, they can make a Larry the Lobster, which would be super cool. I would love to see Larry the Lobster. They can make a Plankton. They can make Karen, Plankton's computer wife. They can make so many variants. They can make a bunch of variants of Patrick. They could have Patrick with the little board on his head and him holding a hammer. I think that'd be hilarious. I think that they could do so many awesome things with this line, and I really wish that they would revisit it and kind of just make some more SpongeBob Pops. I know a lot of people would buy them. I know I would buy them, and that's the next one on my list. Alright guys, so the next one I want to talk about is the Avatar: The Last Airbender. So if you haven't seen this show, I try and find it, because I think most people really enjoy it, the people that see it. But really, I think that they could do a lot with this line. Well, not a lot, but I think that they can make at least maybe 4 or 5 pops in this line, starting with Aang, obviously. They can make Katara, they can make Zuko. I think it's just a really cool show. I think that they can make really cool designs with these pops, and these are ones that people have been making customs for a long time. I remember seeing a custom when I first started collecting of Aang, and it just looks so good. He has, like, obviously the blue arrow in his head, and I just think that they could do so much stuff with this, and I think that that one would be a really cool line to see. Okay, guys, so the last one I'm going to talk about is one that I know is never going to happen, and I would put a lot of money on saying that it will never happen, just because of complications with the two companies and everything like that. But Nintendo Pops. I think it'd be awesome to have a Mario, Luigi, Wario, Waluigi, who else could we do? Donkey Kong, Diddy Kong. We could do so many things with that line, but I think that the reason that they'll never make them is because Nintendo makes those amiibos, and they're not competitors, but they're kind of figures, and I don't think Nintendo would want to kind of take away from, because they're both kind of like collectibles, and people collect amiibos, people collect pops, and I feel like it's just two different communities, and I feel like Nintendo wouldn't want to give their license to Funko, because then they could take away some of their customers. I don't know, but I just feel like since Nintendo has amiibo, that they really would never give Funko the license. But if they did, that would be amazing, and I would buy every single one they came out with. They could make so many variants, they could make so many pops. I think it'd be an awesome line, but I really don't have any hope for it. Alright guys, that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like if you did. Let me know down in the comments what your favorite, or not your favorite, but what pops that you want them to make, what lines, what series, or anything that you want them to add on to, any characters that you want them to make. I'd really like to know your thoughts on that. But yeah guys, subscribe if you're new. I'm going to be coming out with either a pop hunt or a P.O. box opening tomorrow and the next day. So it's either going to be a P.O. box opening, then pop hunt, or pop hunt, then P.O. box opening. Anyways guys, I'll see you next time.